Hey guys, thanks for joining me. In this video, this is part 2 of how to blog for SEO using AI, or ChatGPT in this case. So I've already went ahead and generated my blog with ChatGPT. If you didn't watch that video, please go back and watch that video as it tells you how to use ChatGPT prompts to make sure you get the right content and has all kinds of great advice in it. So in this video, we've already got the content and we've pasted it into our blog post. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to fine tune it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I am going to move it up here in my title. And if it automatically generates something like this for the permalink, just delete it and hit OK and it'll fix the URL for the permalink. Now I'm going to go down to my all-in-one SEO tools and make sure it has that proper title. Great, it does. And now I'm going to go ahead and grab the meta description. And I'm going to go down here and I am going to remove this and put that here. Now, if I have an excerpt in my blog post, which I don't see that as an option, go to my screen options and see, there it is. Let's turn that on and let's go down and include that in our excerpt. Okay, great. So now we went ahead and added all these three things. I'm going to go ahead and delete this part at the top. Now the first thing I'm going to do before I get started is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to the text tab and I'm going to make sure there isn't any code that shouldn't be in here. The last one I actually copied had a bunch of weird code after each LI and H3 and strong, and I don't want that in here. So I'm just going to double check, and I don't, with a quick scan, see anything, which is great. Alright, so now I want to make sure everything looks good. So this is a heading 3. Heading 3. I actually want these to be heading 2s up here in the beginning. So we will change these to heading 2s. Alright, so these, actually I'm going to leave this last one as a heading 3. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to check my links. So I'm going to go ahead and hover over this link and then I'm going to click on the pencil and then I'm going to click on the little gear symbol for the link options. I want to make sure each one of these has a link title in it. So in this case, Homes for Sale in Murfreesboro is what I want the link title to be. It should be a good keyword, and I want to open that link in a new tab. If this link goes anywhere but a page on my site, I'm going to add a rel no follow link, but all the links should open in a new tab. So let's update that, and let's go ahead and edit all of the rest of them. This is an example of an outside site, so you'll notice that I opened link a new tab and added a new no follow to it, and I also adjusted the text a little bit. And let's actually take that part out. Okay, so categories, we're going to move this, come over here to categories, and we are going to add this as the relocation guide, which we don't have. So actually we're going to put Greater Nashville. It's going to be very specific. And we do have a Murfreesboro category, so instead of Murfreesboro real estate, we're going to do that. And we have a buyers, so I'm going to say moving tips and put that under buyers. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my tags here and paste them here. And now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is I don't like this final thoughts. I don't like when AI uses things like conclusion and final thoughts. I think that makes it look like AI wrote it. And I want this to sound a little bit more natural. So I'm not from Murfreesboro, so it's a little bit harder for me to do this, but I always recommend that you go through this and read it and add your own comments here and there. I never post a blog post that I've had AI generate without adding in my own information, my own comments, my own thoughts, experiences, things like that. So I highly recommend you go through this and add a little bit more. Add your own content, your own little bit of insight into the blog post, and then when you're all done, we're going to go and we are going to create a featured image. So I use Canva for that. And in Canva, you'll find some easy blog templates that you can use to create templates for anything. So I'm going to go ahead and up here in the search, I'm going to type in blog graphic. And I'm going to find an easy one. So how about, let's see, our topic is this. Moving to Murfreesboro, what you need to know. So, lots to choose from. Let's do this one. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this. And we're going to do some quick edits. So, first thing I'm going to do is up here is the title, and we're going to go ahead and rename it to the same title as the blog post. Then I'm going to put my URL in here. And because that's a little bit bigger, I'm just going to hover over this background part right here, and I'm going to extend it and make it a little bit bigger. If you haven't used Canva before, I highly recommend you sign up, and they have a ton of video tutorials and things like that that can teach you how to use it, but it is really quite simple. So now I'm going to highlight this and just paste in my question, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so it fits better. And I'm going to actually widen it out. In fact, I'm going to click on this and duplicate it, and I'm going to make the second sentence a little bit smaller. So that way I have two different elements, and we can change it. first one. All right. So there we go. Now I'm going to click on this picture right here, and we're going to go over on the left-hand side to elements, and let's see if there's anything from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Typing in the search. There we go. Let's put that in there actually. So I'm just going to click back on this image and click this. That didn't work, so now I'm just going to drag it over. Now I happen to have the Pro version, and so you may not have all the same options as I. You might have to use the free pictures, but I use Pro. Alright, last thing is I'm going to change the color of this because it kind of conflicts with the picture, so let's just go with a yeah, that looks good. And now I'm going to click this and match it up, and that's it. That was pretty easy. Okay, so everything is done. Now I'm going to come over here to share, and I'm going to download. I want it to be a JPEG, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, probably like almost, yeah, that's good, 1875. I just want it to be bigger than 1500, so I'm going to download it. And now I'm going to go back here, and we are going to add it into the content first. So there it is. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to make sure I put the title in my alt text in my description, and then down here in the bottom I am going to right align it, no link, and I'm going to leave it as full size, and you'll see why in a second. Good. Now I'm going to click on it and edit it, and number one, I'm going to make sure the image title attribute is filled in, and then I am going to change this to custom, and we're going to adjust it to like 350, and we may need to tweak it a little bit more, but we'll see how that looks. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to set the featured image. And there you can see it over here. And now we're going to go up to the top, and we're going to go ahead and save a draft. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and preview this post. Great, so the post looks good. We've got all of the information in there, and it looks awesome. This is perfect. The only thing that I would probably add to this is we usually like to add a little exit kind of paragraph that has something to encourage them to go back and contact you. So for instance, let me just click on this most recent one. There we go. So I have it right here, and I'm just going to grab what I have, but you would probably want to change this up, and there we go. And now I'm ready to go. If I have a specific keyword, and in this case we did have a specific keyword, it was, I believe, living in Nashville. The other thing that you can do here we go, living in Murfreesboro rather. The other thing that you can do is you can put your keyword here, and then I have a secondary keyword as well, which I did ask ChatGPT to incorporate. So this is going to require you to do a little bit more editing and be hands-on, and that would be to add this information into the body of the text. In this case, I don't really see this as being a huge deal, and I'm not going to go ahead and go through and do all of these. That's a whole nother thing, and All-in-One SEO has its own tutorials for that. So, but if you really want to, you can go through. If you were really creating this to be a high traffic blog post with a very specific keyword that was also a high traffic keyword, then I would make sure as many of these were checked as possible and that your SEO score was pretty high. But in this case, I don't really need to do that, and it has everything that I need it to have, and I'm going to go ahead and publish this blog post. And that's it. If you have any other questions, if there's anything that we can help you with, please feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email over at support@yoursiteneedsme.com. And thanks for watching. We also have a couple more blog posts, by the way, on our website. Go check those out. There's a more in-depth blog post about blogging for SEO. There's one about using AI for community content. I highly recommend you go and watch them and check out our other videos. Thanks for watching, guys.